All right, everyone. We're about to witness the amazing, the wonderful David Singletary as he prepares his signature dish.
This is not a signature dish.
Or one of his many
not even made
signature
this
dishes.
before. I have not made this keto, but I'm always looking for ways to make things keto because we are keto. We eat keto. For now, anyway. Anyway, yes. I got such an introduction, my goodness.
It was an introduction from me.
Hi. Yes, welcome to BoosLife.
Welcome to BoosLife.
We are going to share with you because we put a couple of cooking videos up, and geez, you guys have asked for so many more, and we're gonna work on it. But tonight, Jarrell's favorite thing ever is tacos.
Yay, tacos!
He loves Mexican food is his jam.
Yes, I do.
I make a taco casserole that or taco lasagna that's slightly different than this. So I figured I'm going to try to do it, but make it keto with a fathead pizza dough. So for those of you who don't know what a fathead pizza dough is, I will show you. But I'm going to switch it up and make it Mexican in flavor. It's an amazing pizza. It tastes just like regular pizza, or maybe not just like, but just as good. Love it. If you guys want a video on making pizza, keto pizza with a fathead dough, let us know. So we begin this with our shredded mozzarella cheese. Now, you can shred this yourself, or you can, you can buy the shredded like we did for convenience. So, roughly about a cup and a half of mozzarella shredded cheese, which is actually about, let's see, actually, oh geez, look at this. Look at this. Clean hands. I would say that's about a cup and a half if I were measuring it out. So about a cup and a half of shredded cheese right in the bottom. You want to break it up because we're going to put this in the microwave. But let me just check actually. This is a cup and about a half. Yeah, about a cup and a half. And we're going to fill the whole bottom of a casserole dish. So maybe just a little bit more. So a cup and a half of shredded mozzarella cheese, about 2 tablespoons of cream cheese goes right in there. You might want to get close to that. So 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. This we will also be adding. This is blanched almond flour. Blanched almond flour. So I get this is Baker Joseph, it's from Trader Joe's. I love this one because there's no, some of them have like the kind of shells or the brown stuff from the almonds. This is blanched, it's sifted, it's amazing. It will save your keto life. So this we are going to put in the microwave actually for about, I would say 45-ish seconds. What you want is you want this to become stirrable and malleable. So we're going to say maybe, let's do 30 seconds. And while we do that, I'm going to come over and tell you some of the other ingredients that we'll be using. So like I said, we're going to put the almond flour, an egg goes in here, and because this is a Mexican version, these are the things that I'm going to be doing to put it in Mexican. Oh, also, I add baking powder. Not everyone adds baking powder. I really like the rise that this gives my my dough, so I do add a little bit of baking powder. But to make it Mexican, I'm going to add some oregano. These are oregano leaves. Some chili powder, some garlic and onion powder, of course, and I'm going to chop up some hot jalapeno slices so that it kind of tastes like, almost like a Mexican cornbread or some kind of bready situation. So as you can see, this is not quite there.
It looks still the same.
It looks the same. I mean, yeah, but it is because look, there's a little bit of melt here. You'll see eventually this will all come together. But you don't want to do it too much because then it is just a mess, like a globby hot mess. Also, you're going to put an egg in there, so you don't want it to be able to cook the egg. You want this to all be cohesive, and we're going to do that with our giant spoon. So basically the base is going to be whatever the base is, kind of like this bready Mexican cornbread situation. On top of that, we're going to be layering some hamburger meat because tacos, yes, even though it's not Tuesday, Taco Tuesday is a big thing here in LA. Then we're going to put on top of that some cheese. We're going to melt that on. We have some queso fresco. We have some cheddar as well. But, oh, see, look at that. This is getting a little bit closer to what you want. So if you look, see this? See this?
Ooh.
Yeah, see? The cream cheese and the mozzarella cheese come together into this situation. And then you want to add in about 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. So, yeah, we'll do half a cup, and then we'll add a little bit more, a heaping half of a cup in here of almond flour. So, that goes right in. And this is going to be pretty thick, and that's okay. That's good. You're making a dough. And then, once this is slightly incorporated, I am going to also add an egg. Right in there. And this will all come together. You want to work that egg in there. You want to make sure that the cheese is still a little bit hot, because this is going to be one dough. Now this takes a little bit of elbow grease, because sometimes our eggs specifically were really cold. In the back of our fridge, does anyone else have this happen? The back of our fridge, the eggs are like, they freeze. Like, they get really cold. So, as you can see, it's slowly starting to come together, pull away from the sides, and it's becoming a dough. But before we fully get this to come together, we want to add the rest of our things in. So, we're going to add about a teaspoon of our baking powder. Let's do half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. Now again, you don't have to put this. This is just for the rise. I really like this to be pretty puffy, because, you know, it's going to be the base of a casserole. You want it to rise up. Sorry, Hamilton. Anyone else? Just me? It's fine.
Just him.
So, baking powder.
And
we're going to bring some...
Hamilton.
I was going to say, it's a very popular show. Onion powder. This is some garlic powder. Guys, just don't cook anything without garlic. Just in life, everything needs garlic. This is chili powder. So, the little packets of taco seasoning, unfortunately, you really can't use those in keto, because they add corn flour in different thickeners. This is cumin. Cumin and chili powder are pretty much all you need to make taco seasoning, as well as, garlic and onion. But these are the bases. This is what they put in there for you and mix for you. But we can't use those pre-done, so we do it ourselves. Cumin is amazing. It's like instant taco. If you're going to make like a taco soup or anything like that, this is amazing. Also, oregano, a very, very common Mexican spice. And then, let's get our handy dandy glove. Guys, I love a glove in the kitchen. No glove, no love. But so, yeah, I'm going to use this just because jalapenos, also a very, very amazing Mexican flavor. But these are hot. You don't want to put like an insane amount. Also, if you are going to be touching your eyes, or just, you know, busy and you sometimes forget, it's a good idea, if you're going to be handling peppers, to wear gloves, or just remember to immediately wash your hands. Because if you have ever touched some peppers and then touched your eye, or touched your no-no bits.
No bits.
You know, your nether regions, your cravats, your...
That's the first thing you want to touch after you touch hot things, huh?
I mean, listen. And we like things pretty spicy. I'm more spicy than Jarrell tends to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to go crazy with this, but...
But I do like spice, so don't be timid.
I mean,
you can be a little...
aggressive.
You can. Like it's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit piquito.
Also, some of these... Oh, now you got real Latin.
It's piquitos. I mean, it's theme appropriate.
So, these, you have to watch out for these. There is some stem sometimes in there, so watch out for that. We're not going to put that back into the bag. We'll put that in the food processor. So, done with this. Done with the glove. Take it off. And look, I can touch my eyes. But I won't.
But, yeah.
But I won't. So, incorporate this all in there. Here, come get a look at that. So now, what you have is some amazing base. Now, I know you're thinking like, okay, that ain't dough. What is this mess? This literally, had we not added those spices and instead just done maybe garlic and oregano, maybe some red pepper flakes, this is your base for a pizza. You wet your hands, you flatten this out, and this will puff up and become the most awesome pizza dough ever. But we're not making pizza. We are making Mexican taco casserole. So, see that? Let me get you a close look. Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh,
look,
yum.
harmonious, homogeneous, all those H words. And look, you can see the things, the jalapenos running all through there. You know, there's a lot of flavor in this bowl. So we are going to, let me grab a casserole dish out of here. So we're going to grab our glass, well-loved family casserole dish. Like I said, I showed you this before. It's been a part of the family. I know it has these things, but it's been cooked in and loved in so much. So I can't bear to buy new ones. I mean, I will, but I don't know. And also, they're just so well seasoned. So there's a lot of ways that you can decide to grease the bottom of these pans to keep everything from sticking. Coconut oil is a huge thing in keto cooking. Coconut oil in your coffee, coconut oil just in life. Some people just, spread this right on all over your, if you're feeling dry, if you are feeling like your life needs some moisture, just like you got some ashy elbows and ankles and all those things, coconut oil. But if you also feel like your insides need to be lubricated, coconut oil. Don't do too much.
Or if you got some dry hair, girls put it on their hair too.
Oh, do they? Yeah. I don't know about that.
I work with a lot of females on the plane, and
they
were upset that I was putting coconut oil in my milk. They were like, "You wasting that coconut oil on your coffee."
Is that how they said it? Like,
yeah,
you wasting that coconut oil on your
wasting up on your coffee. I could put that in my hair.
Watch hair.
Hair.
Who are you working with?
Girls who sound like that. Go.
Okay, so greasing your baking dish. Look at this. Get in there. So, I put the thing in there, and then you grab a paper towel, a clean one, obviously. And you want to get all the sides, all the way around. Now, you could do this with butter. You could do this with Kerrygold. You could do this with, if you have a coconut oil spray. Careful, though, because some of those are not actually just coconut oil, and they use some non-keto ingredients. So, what we're going to do is we are going to take this right out. Get in here. And we are actually going to right in the center. Get all that goodness out of there. Don't leave a smidgen in there. There we go. We can use our coconut oil spoon to really get everything out of there. And then we are going to level this off and put it in there evenly. Now, it doesn't look like a ton of dough, like a ton of mixture, but guess what? We put that baking powder in there. So what? She's gonna puff up. She's gonna puff up like she has allergies and just got, swarmed by bees, honey. Which, God love you if you ever have that, or you do have allergies. I'm not making fun of you. Just a precursor. I don't know. People are sensitive. Not making fun of people with bee allergies. So, do you want to get it to completely cover your pan, whatever the size. Now, if you were going to make a big casserole dish, this is just for the two of us, but if you were going to make a big one, you could double this recipe, literally just take all the things and double it. Also, I am very much a southern from the heart kind of cook, so I don't measure a ton of my spices. Like, do it to taste. What does your soul say? Like Big Mama. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? You know what I mean? I'm not going to give you, it's half a teaspoon. I'm no Ina Garten, though I do love Ina Garten. I wish I had her bank account. Ina, shout out, girl. So, you see how this works? Now, we are going to preheat our oven to 350, and we are going to bake this. Now, we are going to pre-bake this. Before we add in our meat mixture, our taco meat, and any of that, this needs to be baked because otherwise it would probably just all become one situation and you don't want that. In a perfect world, again, I have not made this. So if this is a mess, don't talk to me about it. I'm trying. You guys said make more videos, I'm making more videos. But something in my soul tells me that this is going to work out. But we don't want this to become one, you know, meat mixture. We want this to be something on the bottom that we can cut into portions and then place. So, we're going to put this in the oven first.
Is it preheated?
No.
Oh.
Listen, we're filming. So I'm going to say 350. Oh, we also got to take out our other pans because we have some pans in here. Some pans in here. So, put this in here. Lovely. And should we put cheese on top?
Are we gonna put cheese? Wait, I don't know. Do we layer this?
No, I mean, I think this stands on its own. I mean, cheese is in the mixture. So, we're gonna put this in there and we're gonna bring you back when it is ready to come out and be topped with what this soon will be delicious taco seasoning. Be back.
After this commercial break.
Yes.
Okay, and we are back.
We are back. We have our crust, or our bottom, the bottom to our casserole in the oven right now baking, but we need the taco portion of the taco, which is the taco meat. Now this is 80-20. When cooking keto, you do want to have the fat, so 80% lean, 20% fat is normally what we get. We just recently got 73, which is a little bit more fatty than we normally do, and sometimes we might, you know, if it's too much, we will drain that out. But so this is, we're putting this into a hot pan right there. Now this is going to be a lot of taco meat. We might actually have extra, but for now we're going to see. This is just how it came.
This was originally planned for a get together we were having a couple of nights ago, but
someone got called off to Paris.
I got called off to Paris, so it was kind of canceled, but saved for tonight.
Yes, because we're going to have this taco casserole, and we are going to watch blah, 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 blah,
Orange is the New Black,
because this season was just announced. So I'm gonna put this here because I don't have one of those spoon resty things. I guess I should get one of those, although I just brought over all of the seasonings. It's funny, it's not until you start filming things and you have to bring out most of the stuff you're gonna use that you're like, well damn, this is a lot of seasoning. But so we're gonna make this taco. We are going to put some kosher, this is not kosher salt, this is actually pink salt, with, I just put it in the kosher salt shaker thing. Actually, you know what, maybe I can show you guys what the pink salt looks like. I see it, I see it, I see it. I can't get to it, I can't. Oh. Ha! Nailed it. This is actually what we're using. So this is pure Himalayan pink salt. I got it for $3.99 at, I think Marshall's. It was on sale and I was like, yes! But I just put it in there for shake, because I'm not trying to use I need a shaker. So, I always refill that. So if you're ever curious about what salt we use, it is actually Himalayan pink salt, because it's great for you. There's so many properties. Pepper. Now this is a taco filling. So, we are going to be using Mexican seasonings. This is onion powder. I'm sorry, garlic, onion powder, salt, and pepper should just be the basis for anything you cook in general. Like, start from there and build out. If I were going to be doing it Italian, if this were going to be a spaghetti, that would be something completely different. Garlic powder, the reason, if you're wondering why we don't use a lot of actual, like, fresh onion, a lot of fresh garlic, oregano, it's because there is carbs especially in onions. Onions are really high in carbs. So I try to use more onion powder. Also, what I will add and what I do use at times are these little chopped onions, because it kind of gives you all the onion flavor without using a whole full onion in there. You can kind of really control what you're putting in there. Tony Chachere's, this makes everything a little more spicy and Creole and amazing. So this is just the basis for what you should be using in your spice arsenal. But this is what's going to make it Mexican. Here is chili powder. Ooh, that pepper got to my nose. Chili powder, plenty of chili powder, because you really want this to taste like tacos.
Bless you.
Blessing. I had to go away from the camera. Cumin, also, any kind of Mexican dish, ground cumin. Cumin and chili powder, Best friends, yo.
So you're basically making that taco seasoning packet
I'm literally making the
out
packet.
of scratch. Gotcha.
Exactly. I'm literally making the packet that you buy, but we have instead decided to make on our own so that we don't get any of the starch or corn fillers that they put in there.
And we can save $1.29.
Well, this wasn't free. You see what we put in there? I don't know that we saved much, but no, it actually, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, they do charge you a lot for those little packets as compared to if you bought them yourself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna allow this to brown
It's already
off.
browning.
Yep, completely brown. A good thing about this is when you're putting meat or any kind of, you know, ground beef, anything in there, it's good to kind of put it in there, let it caramelize and get some of that fond, and then move it around. Because what you're doing if you continuously move meat in a pan like this is you're steaming it. You don't really want to steam anything. They're like vegetables maybe, steam carrots, I don't eat carrots. Steam broccoli, but you don't want to steam meat usually. It's brown and gross and it makes people cry. Brown it. So we're going to allow that to brown, and in the meantime, what we're going to be adding to that to make it oh so delicious is diced green chilies with tomatoes. The name brand of this, or the brand you might be notably familiar with, is called Rotel. Yo, put that Rotel in some Velveeta with some sausage, and you will get your entire life. Unfortunately, Velveeta is processed and full of carbs, so we're not going to do that. But I can make my own. But that's not this video. What this video is this delicious taco situation, which we are going to be adding this, and we're going to let it cool down and cook down. Now, let's see if I can actually find our maybe we should get like no, we don't have any. What am I saying? I was gonna say, well, we should get an electric can opener. Do you see any space for an electric can opener on this counter? Yeah. See how sometimes you just need to talk yourself out of foolishness? I was ready to. Oh, really? This is how you open a can.
This is the old-fashioned way of opening a can. For all those who don't know, you have to do it manually.
You have to do it manually. You absolutely have to do it manually. Also, I mean, I don't know. Some people do this, some people don't. When I come home, I always rinse the top of the cans because they've been in the grocery store. You don't know who's touched what, who's done what. So I always rinse the top of the cans. It just saves me from doing it later on. So we're gonna wait for this to brown a little bit. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Brown a little bit. Is it smelling like taco? This is one of the few meals.
This is smelling like tacos,
This is one of the few meals that Jarrell.
Oh, this battery's dying already.
Quick. Oh dear.
Well, you guys, we're using our new camera, and it said it was full. Now the battery's about to die, so we may switch to another camera. So,
let's switch to the other camera.
If the visual looks different after this, it's just because we switched cameras.
Yeah.
So
it probably will look different because we're switching to our. Oh, we can show you. Oh my gosh! On our other channel at Booze Cruise at BOOSCRUZ, because you're worth it. Not SCRUIZE Booze Cruise. We have a travel channel and we use this. People ask us all the time. It's a Sony Action Cam. And let me just tell you, I actually heard about this camera. I knew about this camera. I was made aware of this camera by Sea Cruiser. Shout out to Sea Cruiser. Shout out to Amy and the Donahos and all the I love them all. So yeah, this is what we use when we are filming and when we're out and about. We have a video for a keto haul, and we're out in the grocery store, and this is what we use. And when we're in Europe and all these places, this is what we use. Just so people know. This is what we're going to use
filming, yes.
in 2 minutes when you come back.
Yeah, when you come back. So, are they going to come back now? Should we stop?
Yeah, switch it.
Okay, you guys, we're going to switch the camera.
Yay.
Alright.
Hi guys.
Okay, everybody, we're back. So we are using our more traditional camera. So this is what you guys usually see, the old standby, but it comes in handy. Very handy.
So guys, I'm going to do something that I rarely do, because actually Jarrell's rarely ever in the kitchen with me when
this is our first. No, we did YouTube.
So you're usually not in the kitchen with me.
Oh no,
you're watching TV or something.
Yeah.
So rarely do I ask in the process, but let's have you taste this and see if you think it needs anything specific. from your culinary
Let's see,
skills.
from my taco expertise.
Expertise.
I can use a little bit more salt.
A little more salt. Okay.
Maybe some pepper.
Salt. Some pepper.
Yeah.
I tasted it. I think you can use a little more garlic, and I definitely think you could use some, a little more chili powder, actually. I think we could go there with the chili powder.
Let's go there with chili powder.
A little bit more chili powder. And guys, if you want a recipe on keto chili, also let me know that, because I do that. So here we go with our diced green chilies. The whole can, just going to go right in there, mix it in, and we're going to actually let this whole thing, stir it in, and let this whole thing cook down into one amazing taco mixture. And this is what's going to go on top of our other thing. If we have a lot, I mean, we do have quite a bit here, but if we have more than we need, we can always, this freezes really well, or you can just keep it in the fridge and make little keto tacos with provolone cheese shells. Or you can make little empanadas with keto ingredients. But yeah, so we're gonna let that cook down, and we'll be back.
We'll be back.
So I just tasted it, and the tomatoes are a little acidic, and it's bringing a lot of acidity to it. And to counterbalance that acidity and that heat, we're gonna bring on a little sweet. Now what this is stevia, and it is Aldi's brand. It's called Sweet Additions. We love it. So I'm just gonna put that in there, stir it around. Now, of course, this will not make your tacos sweet. Nobody wants his tacos a dessert. You know it's not. Don't do it. So don't be pouring all kinds of sugars and you know, madness into your situation. We're not asking for all of that. That's not the meal that we ordered. What we want is a balance of flavors. Some umami, you know? So, that is going to go, and we're going to let that all cook down and thicken, and already it's looking pretty delicious. Alright guys, we'll be back. Oh, maybe you should give them a sneaky peeky of our base.
Yes.
See how that's doing.
It was rising.
Oh yeah, it's rising.
Looks like a cookie. Like a flat cookie. Looks like one flat cookie from this angle.
Oh yeah, maybe. Let me see. Let me see how she's. Maybe we should turn her. Let's see here. Let's see if I can see. See? It's almost like a Mexican cornbread, but it is going to be delicious. Alright, we'll be back. Alright guys, so it has been about 15 to 20 minutes, and we're going to take this out actually because it's not fully done, but because it's going to go back in the oven with this on top of it, I just wanted to take it out so it doesn't get overbaked on the bottom. But it actually looks amazing, and to touch, it's firm. It's going to be, I already feel it. It's going to be good. And you can see the jalapenos in there and stuff. I'm excited for you guys. Oh, and this is still going. So what you're trying to do is, again, get those tomatoes to break down, and you want this to all become one mixture. You want it to thicken up because those tomatoes are going to break down and become a sauce of sorts. So let us show you. I'll come back when it is at the consistency that we want it. Right now it's too loose, and that would just cause this to become wet and mushy and just... Does that sound good? Wet and mushy?
No.
Oh, I'm upsetting everyone. It's fine. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna make sure that this is amazing. And then we're gonna add some, we're gonna add some cilantro. We're gonna do some guacamole, and have you guys ever had, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but, this is from our keto haul earlier. I also got some, queso fresco. It's natural crumbling cheese. Babe, have you had this? Do you have this? Do you know what
I've had queso fresco before.
Do you enjoy queso fresco?
Tons. I love it.
Oh, he gets so excited about everything, guys. Someone else said, Jerome's not very excited about anything you cook on. I was like, that's just Jerome. You just gotta, it has no reflection on how he actually feels. It's like, you know, it is what it is. But we're gonna put some
on the inside. My taste buds are just
deep
yum.
deep within. So let us let some of this evaporate and get thicker, and then we're gonna top it with that, and then we're gonna put some cheese on top of that, and then we're maybe at the end, before we enjoy it, we'll squirt it with some limes. Who doesn't love a lime? Gerard loves a lime. So I have lime, I have guac, we have sour cream, we have cilantro. Do you want cilantro in it, or do you want it on top? I feel like cilantro doesn't normally go inside tacos.
It's usually a topper, I think.
Well, unless you're doing like, some people do like cilantro lime chicken in a taco. That makes sense. Cilantro's in the title. Some people feel like cilantro tastes like soap. I don't understand that. Isn't it funny how a gene can cause you to literally think something tastes disgusting when someone else thinks, and it's like, it's a genetic thing. We keep saying we're gonna bring you back. We're gonna bring you back.
Okay.
We're close. We're close. Ugh, I'm gonna have to wash this now. And we're back. It's been about 15-ish minutes, and if you look, you see what I mean? How all of that extra juice has evaporated, and it's really tightened up and changed basically the entire composition of the meat mixture. Oh my gosh. Am I like Good Eats? I said composition of the meat mixture.
Is Good Eats like that scientific show where he does like math?
I don't know when I got so like in the know with things like composition. It's not true. So basically, what we're gonna do?
Writing composition in school. I thought that was a thing. I didn't know.
Composition notebooks.
Yes.
They've changed. You can get them in every color now. Before it was just black and white, and that was it. Not there's anything wrong with black and white, because that's me. So I'm gonna blow your guys' mind right now. So we have a little bit of sharp cheddar. Now, I bet you guys thought that I was only going to place this sharp cheddar on top as a topping, because that makes sense. But did you know that if you actually add it right to the mixture, we're gonna save some, a little bit, but if you add it right to the mixture and stir it in, it will become one with the meat. And when you're making it into a casserole, it will hold together a lot better. You're soon not to see any of those cheddar streaks. You'll just see one amazing, taco-y, delicious meat mixture that basically I could swim in. But you would never know that I just placed a bunch of cheese in the mixture. Right, babe?
Wouldn't know.
Would you know?
It just looks thick. It looks thick
Right?
and creamy.
Now, you feel free, honestly, like I've done this with, and added some cream cheese and some things in there. You know, for this, I'm just going to keep it traditional taco, but cream cheese in this is a delish. So, now we have, let me get this out of here. This is just where my spoon was rested. So, now you see we have our amazing Mexican bread base, and we, just so you guys can see, I'm going to basically put, see, I'm not really sure how much it's going to take yet, and I really think that we might possibly not use all of this. But you want to spread it over evenly over the entire base, all the way to the edges. You don't want anyone to feel real gypped, like you actually did not want them to come to dinner by giving them the skimpy, skinny, sad slice of death. Oh my goodness, look, this actually, we used the whole, it's just the right amount. Oh yeah, just the right amount. I love when that happens. So, that was all of the meat mixture. We're going to bring it all the way to the edges, and we're going to make sure that there's no big bump in the middle. You know, like a bad wig. So, even, bow even. Make sure it is, I don't even know why I care so much about this being so flat and perfect when it's going to be covered in cheese. But I do. Like, let me live my best OCD lifestyle. Like, presentation is important. I'm really big into that. And I want this to, you know, look nice. Not just for us, but for you guys. So then we're going to come back and we are going to cover. Now, basically, all of this, as you realize, is actually cooked. So we're not actually cooking anything. There's nothing raw in here. We're basically just wanting this to come together, reheat, brown the top, and look really, really nice. And also, any of that extra leftover mixture is going to sink into that amazing base of the dough.
I think like if like I know you don't like olives that much, but you can put olives
for
on
sure.
top, green onions.
Oh,
perhaps.
for sure. Any of the like that 7 Mexican layer dip situation, you know. If you like any of those things, olives, if you wanted to add some more jalapenos and, you know, really get feisty and perhaps regret your life in the toilet, please, please do what you must. So, now, do you think that's enough cheese or do you need more cheese on top of there?
I think that's enough cheese, but that's just me. Unless
And
you want to put some mozzarella on
listen,
top.
some people, mozzarella and a Mexican, maybe Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack is what I meant. I knew it started with an M. Clearly, I'm not the chef.
Yes. So, okay, we're going to put that in there. We're going to let this go for about, I would say maybe 20 more minutes. Let's crank it up to broil because we're really just going to brown that cheese because everything else is really, really hot. And we don't want it to cook for long periods of time because we don't want it to make the bottom really mushy. So we're really going to get it done and maybe clean up some of this kitchen. It's the worst part of cleaning.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. It has been worse. But the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. What? Is somebody in the pool?
People were swimming. They were. Oh, they're still there. Never mind.
What is this? What did I get on my titty?
What's on there?
Ooh,
It's
something wet.
It's nothing. You're seeing things.
Is it taco juice? I saw it in the reflection.
It was
of the,
nothing.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we'll be back. It just came out of the oven, guys. Boom! Guys, how delicious does that look? Babe.
Oh, it looks great. I forgot I was here. I thought I was just recording.
That's the whole point of doing this with you. So, guys, this is the queso fresco. It's a crumbling cheese. So, what we're going to do is we are going to top this with that queso fresco while it's still hot and fresh out of the oven. And you will not believe how you just kind of break this up in your hands. Like you guys know when you used to play with sand and Play-Doh. That kind of same thing. Of course, clean hands. I feel like I keep having to say that because people are like weird about
cross-contamination.
Well, just, I mean, I get it. I'm a very clean cook. I'm very, you know, but I just feel like it goes without saying that you would, but I guess maybe it doesn't. Maybe some people don't make sure to wash their hands before making food for themselves, and especially food for others, but I can assure you I do. So I just want to cover this entirely, make sure there's no, you know, blank spots in there. And this is hot, and this cheese, obviously the texture of it, you can crumble it, but as it gets heated up by the dish, it really changes and becomes amazing. And then last,
ooh, the finale.
Yeah, the finale that makes it look all pretty. So a little cilantro on top. It adds some vibrancy because everything isn't, you know, one color now. It makes it look fresh and delicious. I have some over here in case you want some extra, babe. I know you'll love the cilantro. So yeah, we'll serve this and cut it into, you cut your piece. You can add guacamole, you can add sour cream, you can add lime, but this is the basic thing. We'll bring you back. Let's let it sit and rest for maybe 10 or 15 minutes before you cut it so that it can come back together and kind of cut, because if we did it right now, it's just like lasagna. If you cut a lasagna immediately before you let it cool, it's just going to go everywhere. It does not cut evenly, it doesn't cut nicely. It might still not cut like nicely, honestly. I haven't made this, but I know that when I make it the carb version with tortillas in the middle, layered almost like a lasagna, or with cornbread, it cuts great, but that's completely different. That has carbs holding it together. And don't we all? Quite frankly, I used to. Anyway, we'll be back. Alright, the moment has come.
It has arrived.
It is time to cut.
Slice.
Yeah, slice, cut, and dice we're calling it taco bake. Because
Sounds like it has a good ring to
right?
it. It's a taco we baked.
This is 4 servings? This little thing?
Nice large cuts.
Yeah.
Slices.
For men. Why did I make that? I mean, what is this? Sesame Street? Oh, guys, just ignore me.
Manly man, womanly woman, everyone.
Oh, yes, for everyone. Yes, oh my gosh, me too. Literally, that was not a gross mansplaining moment. So, Jarrell, this will be your piece. Now, the first piece never comes out pretty, but...
So I get the piece that doesn't come out pretty. I understand.
You know what?
Yeah, you
oh, you know what? I forgot to go around all the edges. That helps. Let's see, guys. Let's hope for the best. Pray for us. Pray for us that it comes up and that it comes out in...
And look at that.
Guys. Do you see that perfection of a keto taco bake? And guys, look, see the crust? It's held up. Oh my goodness. So we'll have you do a quick taste test without all of the add-ons, but just as a thing. We want to make sure you get some of the bottom crust in there. All right, babe.
All right, you guys.
Test.
That's good. I love a taco.
You love a taco.
And that's very taco-esque. just like the taco. But
how do you like the bottom crust? Let's try to give you a piece of that. Yeah. Just that by itself.
It's very good. It's very light. Kind of just like evaporates in my mouth.
Like pillowy and delicious.
Yeah, it's really good.
Alright, guys. So you heard it here.
It's spicy. I can taste.
Yeah, I was gonna say you taste the jalapeno in there.
Taste the jalapenos. Yeah, it's really good.
Could you eat this instead of tacos and feel satisfied?
I can eat this instead of tacos, instead of keto, instead of many things.
All the things.
It's very good. It's almost kind of like a enchilada.
That's what, like a taco bacon enchilada bake, an enchilada la lasagna.
Right.
All that. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this video and chilling with us in the kitchen. I think the next one up that we've had requests for is keto pancakes. Shout out to Chrissy. And shout out to you all. Thank you so much for supporting us. We love hanging out with you. We love doing these videos for you. If there's any other videos, like we said, that you guys want to see, let us know. We do go places. We do things. There's a lot happening with us coming up. But for now, this is what's happening. It's for dinner. Taco bake. Bye guys. Subscribe.